Welcome to this week's episode of Feel Good Friday, where we share with you guys some good news from all over the world to show you that there is still lots of good things happening. Alright? So, for those of you following on the Facebook, you'll notice that there's a little schedule. Some of you might be confused by that, so I'll show you what that schedule means. Alright? So, if you don't already know, this is the MJKO website. Hey Rebecca. Alright, this is MJKO website. You can go to mjko.ca to visit. And then right here under Champion Center, you'll see in red weekly schedule. You click that and it will take you to our weekly schedule. This is for during COVID-19. Obviously, this would not be during our regular schedule if we were at the gym. Okay, so if you need to find out what we're doing, this is what we're doing right now, Friday 11 p.m. Feel Good Fridays with me. Alright, let's bring it back to mjko.ca. If you do have some disposable income, please consider donating to MJKO. You can go to mjko.ca. There's a donate button in the top right. Obviously, support yourself and your family before supporting us. Alright, but if you do have some disposable income, consider. Okay? Alright, let's move on to our first story. Out of the States, Kruger, the grocery store chain, so let's read up. Kruger is purchasing 200,000 gallons of fluid milk from dairy farmers who have struggled to find new buyers to purchase their excess milk supply. The milk will be redirected to Feeding America, a network of food banks across the country. All right, so Feeding America's, I think, probably the biggest organization of food banks in America. So good on them. All right, next story. Out of South Australia. Alright, South Australia marks 2 weeks with no new coronavirus cases. An exciting day for the state. Alright, so let's take a read. So 2 weeks. Alright, so this is only South Australia, not the whole country of Australia, but still very promising news. Wow. So a total of 99.5% of those infected with the virus have recovered. Very good news. Alright, next story, also out of the States. So, donations flood in for Native Americans from Irish people hoping to thank them for their help during the Great Hunger Famine. Okay, so this actually goes back a long time, okay? So, a GoFundMe campaign created to raise money for the Navajo and Hopi families hit hard by the coronavirus has attracted donations from many Irish people who are hoping to thank Native Americans for helping them during the Great Hunger Famine that devastated the Ireland in the mid 1800s. According to the organizers of the GoFundMe, the Choctaw Nation provided $170 in relief money, thousands in today's dollars, of course, to the Irish during the famine in 1845. Wow. So long ago. The Native American donors were said to have been inspired to help others who were suffering after experiencing massive losses during the Trail of Tears when Native people were first off their land and pushed west. So 173 years later today, the favor is returned through generous donations from the Irish people to the time of crisis. Very good, very good. Wow. So nice to see different cultures helping each other. Ford, the car manufacturer, automobile manufacturer, and 3M. 3M makes a lot of different stuff, but they also make medical supplies like PPE. They began shipping respirators to frontline healthcare workers fighting coronavirus. So this newly designed respirator includes a hood and face shield. So I'm assuming that's what this is in the picture. Hood and face shield that covers the head to the shoulders, while a high efficiency filter system provides a supply of filtered air for up to 8 hours. Woo. Wow. Good on Ford and 3M. Good job. So the air blower system is a similar fan found in the Ford F-150 pickup ventilated seats. Very interesting. Alright. Next story. Alright, we're going to take a listen. So Kansas farmer gives New York governor N95 mask to protect frontline healthcare workers. Okay. So this farmer from Kansas, he sent a letter with his N95 mask, okay, and then this is New York Governor Andrew Cuomo reading that letter. All right, so let's take a listen.
Mr. Cuomo, I seriously doubt that you will ever read this letter, as I know you are busy beyond belief with the disaster that has befallen our country. We are a nation in crisis. Of that, there is no doubt. I am a retired farmer hunkered down in northeast Kansas with my wife, who has but one lung and occasional problems with her remaining lung. She also has diabetes. We are in our 70s now, and frankly, I am afraid for her. Enclosed, find a solitary N95 mask left over from my farming days. It has never been used. If you could, would you please give this mask to a nurse or doctor in your state? I have kept 4 masks for my immediate family. Please keep on doing what you do so well, which is to lead. Sincerely, Dennis and Sharon. A farmer in northeast Kansas. His wife has one lung and diabetes. He has 5 masks. He sends 1 mask to New York for a doctor or a nurse, keeps 4 masks. You want to talk about a snapshot of humanity.
Wow, what a very heartfelt story. So that farmer sent 1 mask. His wife has 1 lung and diabetes. Alright, so this next story is going to be a follow-up to that story that we just listened to, okay? So
it wasn't your typical grad.
Kansas farmer who gave New York Governor N95 mask conferred a bachelor degree by K-State. So Kansas City State University gave him a bachelor degree, okay? So let's take a quick read before we actually watch the video. It's actually very... So, it wasn't a typical graduation ceremony with most people in attendance wearing masks, but for... I don't want to butcher his name. For the farmer, it was something he waited for nearly 50 years. So the farmer, okay, he epitomizes the kind of character that most of us Kansas would be proud of to have and think we do have, but he acts on it, okay? So why did he get this degree? Okay, so the farmer, for much of his life, he went to Kansas State University when he was younger, but never graduated. He was 2 credits away from getting his degree when his father died, so he decided the best decision was to return home and take care of the farm. Wow. So in his younger days, nearly 50 years ago, he went to K-State, was 2 credits away from graduating, but he had to go and take care of his farm. So anyways,
graduation ceremony, with most people in attendance wearing masks and keeping their distance. But for Dennis Ruhnke, it's something he waited to hear for nearly 50 years.
I am pleased to confer upon Dennis Ruhnke in the graduating class of fall 1971 the degree you have earned at Kansas State University. Congratulations.
Ruhnke became widely known when New York Governor Andrew Cuomo read aloud his handwritten letter saying he sent a mask left over from his farming days for a frontline worker. Ruhnke farmed for much of his life. He went to K-State when he was younger, but never graduated. He was 2 credits away from getting his degree when his father died, so he decided the best decision was to return home and take care of the farm. So K-State President Richard Myers and Governor Laura Kelly came together Tuesday to present him with his diploma.
He epitomizes the kind of a character that we, most of us Kansans would be proud to have and think we do have, but he acts on it.
Kelly says Ruhnke lives out what it means to be a Kansan through what K-State fans called a Wildcat way.
Very good story from Kansas and K-State. Good on you. Alright, this next story from the singer and rapper Tory Lanez. Alright, so he's using his success of quarantine radio to help families struggling through the pandemic. Alright, so let's take a quick look at this video
that you're gonna hear only right here on Morning Express. First, today, Grammy-nominated singer and rapper Tory Lanez will launch a COVID-19 relief fund with Amazon.
When my album was coming out, I had made a bunch of shirts that had quarantine radio merch on them and stuff like that. And I promised myself that I'd give a percentage of those proceeds to any COVID-19 relief fund. We went out, we bought 100,000 diapers and meals for people in, and the fund is called the Dream Center Fund. And our fund funding it is actually called Dream City. So it's Dream City and Dream Center coming together and basically donating 100,000 diapers and meals to people in need.
Lane started quarantine radio show on Instagram Live when much of the country stayed at home. Hundreds of thousands of fans regularly tune in to watch him play music and chat with celebrity friends like Justin Bieber, Drake, and Raven-Symoné. Lane says he's in talks to bring quarantine radio to television next. How about that?
A very cool story. I've never listened to Tory Lane's music, but you know, good on him for stepping up. All right, this next story out of Ontario. Okay, so Ontario extends electricity rate relief during COVID-19. Okay, so residential, farm, and small business customers continue to benefit from temporary relief measures. Okay, so this customers who pay time of use electricity rates will continue to be billed at the lowest rate known as off-peak price, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wow. Good step by the government. All right. So this next story out of Kitchener, right? No, it's not Kitchener, right? Okay, so Milverton, Ontario. Okay, small town just outside of Kitchener. All right, so let's take
a small town grocery store owner has been living in a trailer for more than a month, trying to keep his customers safe and fed. 2 people close to him were diagnosed with COVID-19, one of them his wife and a friend who died. CTV's Heather Centerin joins us from outside the Milverton food town. Heather, it's typically a pretty busy store.
Because it's the only one in Milverton, Rosie, and over the years, the owner has grown close to his regular customers. But since the pandemic hit, a lot has changed. For close to 2 decades, Mike Carter, the owner of Milverton's food town, has been dedicated to keeping his customers safe. But this year, it's gone a step further.
I've been self-isolated since this started.
When the pandemic began, this was his bed, a cot in his office, before moving to a trailer behind his store.
So after a long day at work and sleeping in a trailer with no running water, sure, you go home and cry.
At the end of March, Carter lost a friend, Craig McDonald, to COVID-19. McDonald was also a grocer in the nearby community of St. Mary's.
He went in the hospital very early and was there for quite a while and never recovered.
In April, Carter's wife, who worked both at the store and at Stratford General Hospital, tested positive, which is why he isn't taking any chances, even if that means pulling 16 to 18-hour shifts.
Wow, good on him for continuing to keep the supply chain going. So as I understand, in this town of Milverton, it's probably one of the only independent grocery stores. So that's why he himself has chosen to, you know, keep the supply chain going. So good on him. And hopefully he can be reunited with his wife soon and not live in a trailer. All right, this next story out of Toronto. All right, a lot of fox stories lately. Okay, so Toronto is to erect barricades at Woodbine Beach to protect baby foxes under the boardwalk. Okay, so last week I shared with you guys stories of baby foxes. They're living underneath the boardwalk. I guess they dug a little den underneath. All right, so this is a picture. Next story, also similar. All right. With humans on lockdown, the urban wildlife is coming out to play. Fox sightings in the beaches, near the bay, in Adelaide, and around City Place. Alright, so they're all over Toronto, okay, not just the beaches. So let's take a look at some pictures. Whoa! Very cool. So this is at City Place, okay, this photographer taking these pictures. This one is from May 1st. Alright, ooh. This one is from May 1st again. So lots of different foxes at City Place, May 3rd. So this is taken over the course of a few days. Very cool. Yep, this is downtown Toronto. Very cool seeing wildlife out and about. Alright, so people in Toronto keep visiting the cute family foxes in the beaches. Okay, so another article, I'm not going to show this, stating that we should not be feeding these foxes. So if you are out and about at the beach, don't feed the foxes. So this is the boardwalk. They're living underneath the boardwalk. Very, very cool. Oh man, there's more than I thought. Alright, fox setting. Let's take a look. This is Harborfront, Waterfront Trail. Interesting. Alright, 30 restaurants and cafes in Toronto have transformed into grocery stores, okay? So let's take a look. There is a quick video.
You know, we just had to adapt, right? Adapt to survive, right? You can't be doing the same thing and expect different results, right? Especially during a time like this. Brainstorming, what can we do? How can we do it? And that's where the bodega, the New York style bodega kind of like really hit. And we've been scrambling, running around, getting things, filling the shelves, and just really trying to build a little grocery store for the community. And that's where it came from. Well, what we're carrying in store is pretty much everything. We do get asked, oh, can you bring stuff in? So we do dairy, we have everything from breakfast, lunch to dinner. You know, our produce boxes that we feel are a very good thing for the community. They can just come in and grab it, you know, and it's got all the staples: apples, oranges, carrots, celery, cucumbers, lettuce, like just fresh, perishable food. And then we're doing a lot of in-house like pickling and jamming and jarring and all that type of stuff. And then we're working with our meat supplier as well to bring in, you know, breakfast sausages, grilling sausages, AAA strip loins, and then we're doing our own versions of like marinated chicken breast and jerk chicken legs and all, just pretty much all types of different stuff.
All right, very cool. 30 different restaurants. Very cool seeing restaurants adapt to, you know, these times. Not many people are going out to restaurants, so of course they have to adapt, and they're helping in a good way. So good on them. Our next story out of BMO Field in Toronto, the soccer field, okay, has been transformed into a kitchen to feed frontline workers. Okay, so MLSE and BMO are teaming up. So let's take a quick watch at the video.
Toronto, we are coming together to answer the call of our community with a mission of bringing Toronto back to its feet. We know we're stronger when we work together, so we're turning tunnels into kitchen spaces to get more meals in the hands of our frontline heroes and those in need. Until we play again, we all have a role to play, bringing Toronto back to its feet.
Wow. So last week we saw Scotiabank Arena being turned into a giant kitchen. Very cool to see that BMO Field is also being utilized. So good on MLSE and good on BMO. Alright, this next story, another animal story. Alright, from Toronto, shows a police escorting a family of geese through downtown. Alright, let's take a look. Wow. Very interesting. What do you call those baby geese? Ducklings? Huh. Okay, this next story out of Toronto. This company called Clean State UV in Toronto is helping hospitals sanitize their mobile devices. So they got a quick video explaining how it works.
Clean Slate UV is a technology dedicated to ensuring that cell phones, tablets, and all the other devices that you touch all the time but probably very rarely clean, that you can easily sanitize those without the use of any chemicals. Our solution has been on market since early 2018, and we've been roughly doubling our install base primarily in hospitals ever since then. So even before the COVID-19 crisis hit, we were seeing pretty significant growth. What makes a
Alright, so very cool. So it uses UV light to sanitize devices. Okay, so of course UV kills a lot of bacteria. There's been some early research showing that it may, kill COVID-19, but obviously more research will be needed. Alright, this next story. So, as a lot of people know, international film festivals are not happening anymore, obviously. So they're adapting. 3 major film festivals will be available to stream at home. Okay, so Cannes Film Festival, Tribeca Film Festival, and Toronto International Film Festival, so TIFF, right? They're joining forces to create a free digital film festival, okay? So let's take a look at their YouTube channel, okay? So our historic film festival, May 29th to June 7th. That sounds about just over a week, maybe like 10 days or something, right? Alright, that's just their promo video. So, May 29th to June 7th. If you don't see me, you know what I'll be doing, alright, during that time. Hopefully some good movies. Alright, this next story out of Disney. Alright, so Disney introduces cloth, face masks, and donations for families and communities in need. Very interesting. Alright. So, if you're a big Disney fan, wow, is that Baby Yoda? Oh, okay. So let's take a look. Lots of face masks. So I'm assuming they come in only 4 packs. So you can just order one, and you'll get enough for yourself and your whole family. If you're a family of 4. Very cool. Good on Disney. Alright. Next story out of Vietnam. So Vietnam is actually doing very good. And most non-essential services are returning, except for karaoke and disco and club stuff like that. So very cool news out of Vietnam. You know, I feel like a lot of Asian countries have it more under control than non-Asian countries, right? But I would assume it's just a cultural thing because Asians wear face masks a lot more often. Okay, this next story out of CNN. This 11-year-old girl cheers up isolated nursing home residents by bringing her pony to their window. What? Wow, that's like every little girl's dream to have a pony. That's insane. A therapy pony. Huh. Very cool. Wow, that's a small pony. Okay. Well, good on that little girl. Alright, this next story out of India. India becomes the world's 2nd largest PPE kit producer in just 2 months. Okay, so India has emerged as the world's 2nd largest manufacturer of personal protective equipment in just 2 months. What's up, Anthony? I'm just, sharing some good news from all over the world. Alright, so very cool news from India. Next story out of Iceland. This Icelandic woman recovers from COVID-19 in time for her 103rd birthday. So she's 103 years old. Wow. Okay, so she fully recovered COVID-19 just in time for her 103rd birthday on May 17th. She was born in 1917, has lived through 2 world wars and the Spanish flu epidemic, and beat tuberculosis twice. Oh man, she is one resilient person. Jeez. Alright, this next story out of Korea, South Korea to be specific. So South Korea will provide a total of 1 million face masks to Korean war veterans in 22 countries, an expression of gratitude for their sacrifice, as this year marks the 70th anniversary of the 1950 to 53 conflict. Wow. The Veteran Affairs Ministry said Thursday. Okay. Wow. Good move by South Korea. A lot of these countries have a lot of masks to give out. Banksy, this internationally recognized artist. He has a new artwork that appears in Southampton Hospital. So if those of you that don't know Banksy, he's a very famous artist, but nobody knows his true identity. That's part of his thing. So let's take a look at this video.
Wow. I don't know about you, but it's a real emotional moment for us to be able to thank Banksy and accept this gift here at University Hospital Southampton.
It's got my favourite action heroes, Batman and Spider-Man there, but also the nurse who's actually flying over there with the cape and the surgical mask on, put on very well as well.
He's trying to say, isn't he, that the superheroes, the original superheroes, are on the back burner now, and it's people like, you know, key workers and nurses and healthcare professionals that are at the forefront, and children are looking up to us for the good work that we've been doing.
When you're walking around and everything's so clinical, and to see a beautiful picture like this, it like you say, it warms the heart to know that someone's done this for us.
Wow. Thanks for that, Banksy. So, very cool. You know, Banksy's paintings are worth a lot of money. Alright, so this next story out of Amsterdam. This restaurant in Amsterdam introduced quarantine greenhouses so diners can eat while social distancing. Missing restaurants while social distancing? You're not alone. One restaurant in the Netherlands has found a solution. Interesting. So these little greenhouses. Wow. That's actually very cool. I wonder how that's gonna progress, and if it's, you know, very effective. Very cool. All right, this next story from the fans. For anyone who's a fan of Harry Potter, you should pay attention. All right, so let's take a look. Harry Potter at home.
Hello, everyone.
I'm at home.
At home. I'm in my sitting room.
In a sort of book room.
I am in my little cosy corner where we like to do reading.
And I'm sitting here warm and cozy in front of the fire.
And I'm really excited to get to read
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
By MJKO.
Hi, I'm Daniel Radcliffe, and this is Chapter 1 of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Wow. So Harry Potter at home. So a lot of these famous people are gonna read Harry Potter. Okay, so let's take a look at Chapter 1. Alright, so this will be Daniel Radcliffe reading Chapter 1. Daniel Radcliffe, aka Harry Potter. Harry Potter reading Harry Potter. Oh.
Hi, I'm Daniel Radcliffe, and this is Chapter 1 of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, so, Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal, thank you very much. They were the last people that you'd expect to be involved in anything strange or mysterious, because they just didn't hold with such nonsense. Mr. Dursley was the director of a firm called Grunnings, which made drills. He was a big, beefy man with hardly any neck, although he...
Wow, very cool. Be sure to go check it out. You're going to check it out at wizardingworld.com. Alright? So, very interesting. Alright, this next story from Justin Bieber. If you guys are a fan of Justin Bieber, take a look. Him and his wife? Yes, his wife. I don't follow Justin Bieber too much, but they have their own Facebook video series on what they're doing during the coronavirus. So if you guys are interested, go take a look. Alright, you can see it started 3 days ago, and then this one from yesterday. Okay, so yeah, they're actually living here in Canada right now. So these videos, this lake is in Canada. I'm not sure exactly where. I just know it's in Ontario. Okay, this next story out of Toronto. Toronto business is making special carpets to help with social distancing. Okay, so as you can see, these carpets, I'm assuming these dots are like 6 feet apart, and they would get people to stand on these dots on the carpet. Okay. This one looks nice. Alright, these are just mock-ups. Obviously, in this shot, it looks super fake, but yeah, these are just mock-ups. Okay, so very cool by Resnick Event Carpets. You know, assuming this is going to be a long-time thing, social distancing, might be a cost. I mean, it's not going to be cost-effective compared to duct tape. Everyone's just using duct tape right now, but it'll look more like a clean, professional setting compared to duct tape, right? You don't want to always have duct tape on the ground. All right, this next story out of Toronto as well. This will be our last story of the day. You can now get funnel cake kits in Toronto for takeout and delivery. I think I might have to get this. All right, after this video, I'm gonna get one for myself. All right, so funnel cake express. All right, so funnel cake kits include 8, 16, 24, or 48 funnel cakes, icing sugar, strawberry, apple fruit, toppings. That's a lot, 48? Wow. All right, so to conclude our episode of Feel Good Friday, hopefully everyone enjoyed all those great news from all over the world. If you guys are interested, please go check out the MJKO YouTube page. All right, we have a lot of great content on there. We have been uploading some of our workouts and of course our cooking videos on there. So go and check that out. All right. Now we're gonna turn to a more serious note. If you are a youth, obviously during this quarantine period has taken a toll on a lot of people's mental health and well-being. So if you're a youth, please go check out Kids Help Phone. Okay, you can text, phone, live chat, lots of options. Okay. Also, if you are a youth or a young adult, you can check out bounceback.ca. Right, it's a mental health resource by Canadian Mental Health Association. Okay, another one for youth here. You can go to youthspeak.ca. Okay, so this company or this organization, sorry. All right. Is partnered with a lot of different school boards across Ontario. So if you're a youth, go check them out. All right. This one is not age specific, so it's for anyone, of even adults. Okay. You guys can go to ca.portal.gs or you can Google Wellness Together Canada. Okay. So Wellness Together Canada. Okay. There's a youth text line, an adult text line, and a front workers text line, okay, for media support. Okay. Now with that being said, that will be the end of our live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next stream, which will be at 1 p.m. live workout with Sophia.